For serious YouTubers, save time and money with TubeBuddy, the premier tool used at geekoutdoors.com. Get more done today by checking out the affiliate link in the description area below.
Hey, welcome to another episode of geekoutdoors.com. So just recently, Verizon actually had a data leak that actually exposed about 6 million customers' data. And so that data was their names, their phone numbers, and some of them their actual PIN numbers whenever they would call in for customer support at Verizon. And so this actually was discovered by a security firm called UpGuard. And what they found out was that the company, Nice Systems, which is a company based out in Israel, they had not set their security settings correctly on their Amazon cloud services. And so this was a human error. And so what this did was it exposed like a link. Through a link, you could actually get into that link if you knew the link, and you could actually see these customers' data right out there on the internet. And so all these customers' data were exposed. Now Verizon quickly came in and say that nobody's data was actually compromised because the only people who knew about that link was actually the researcher. And this isn't the first time there's been like errors like this or security or data leaks or breaches with Amazon Web Services. And just in June, there was like, I think about 200 million voter information that was actually leaked. And then there were some other leaks even prior to that. Now, this one's a little different because it is a human error. And it was like a security setting. It's like probably a very simple thing for you to set. And so as more and more of our data is actually stored on the internet, on the cloud, it makes me wonder, like, how secure is your data? Because we talk a lot about securing your data on your computer itself, but the majority of our most personal data is not on our computers anymore. It's actually on somebody else's storage servers on the internet. And so many of these data leaks or these actual data compromises have not been on individual computers. It's been on all these servers, and that affects everything from really big multi-billion-dollar companies to government institutions. You know, but yet when things like this occur, the customers, us, we actually get nothing from it, you know? And so we actually get any type of compensation for having our own data leaked online, which was nothing that we did, okay? Or having it stolen to be sold somewhere else, right? Now, about the only times I've seen them given anything normally is like, okay, if we had a data breach, we'll give you free access to a credit monitoring services, data monitoring service, right? But then after that is over, you're gonna have to pay for it to keep using their service. And so I'm thinking, who does that really benefit? You know, it doesn't really benefit the people who are being affected by it. So in situations like this where you don't really have a choice because, you know, in order for you to use their services or even for like public records for governments, they are automatically put online, okay, or on servers where you have no control over that. And so in these cases, you know, it's really hard for you to do anything about it. Okay, now in terms of hopefully what these companies and government institutions will do in the future, because this is being so more commonplace, is they need to have some type of setup available to compensate people who are affected by this. And you know, there's millions and probably billions of data breaches and hacks that's already occurred within the past few years. Just look at the news, and those are just the ones that are reported. And you know, once again, the customers or the people involved are the ones that don't get anything out of it, you know, or get any type of help. Whereas the companies and government institutions who actually house this data, you know, it's it's really not their fault, is what they're saying. At the end of the day, your personal data is the most valuable thing available, and to pretty much everybody, you know, it is the most valuable thing, you know, whether it be legal or illegal. And so what are your thoughts on this Verizon data breach, this most recent one? And also, what are your thoughts on having all of our personal data on the cloud, on the internet, you know, whatever the case might be? And, you know, I'd like to know what your thoughts are, you know. Leave it in the comments area below. And if you did get value out of these videos, leave a like and subscribe. And if you wanted to support my channel further, you could do that at patreon.com/geekoutdoors.
Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com and I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.